Hi, baby dolls. You've joined me. So, you only need one home run to make it. Just one. You are not going to make it if you're trying to hit like 20 doubles. You're trying to move to different coins. You try to flip it here, make 20% here. It's not going to work. And if you don't believe me, please be my guest. Go find out the hard way. I'm doing all the best I can. We're going to talk about HEX's true market cap here. This is a very important topic. I only bring you important topics because this is edge. Because I'm going to try do something different. You're going to get an insight into my brain, how I think about things. I've never done this before, but I'm sharing it with you. You're going to see it live, okay? You want to see the random stuff I think of, you're going to see it here, all right? So, what's the real HEX market cap, and why even a topic? Because, a lot of people are going to say market cap doesn't matter. Well, what if you knew what the real market cap of HEX was? You would have edge, because you would kind of get an idea if something's really cheap or perceived value. You'd have a bit more information than the average person, and sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes that's all it takes, man. Like if nobody knew the market cap of gold, which is 12 trillion, and Bitcoin was $1,000, and I told you, hey man, Bitcoin's market cap is only like 50 billion, right? Less, 10 billion, and gold is 12 trillion, dude. We should be way higher. If all you needed was that, that'll get you to hold from Bitcoin to 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 to 5,000. You're not going to get out at 2,200 like all the other newbies did, because you know the bigger goal. Okay, so HEX's market cap. Right now, we've got some information, right? So what everyone says is about 85% is the origin address, which is a diamond hands account. You're just going to have to assume that. And about 15% of everyone else. So if there's about 600 billion coins, you do 15% of that, you got about 90 billion. And if the price is about 4.1 cents, coincidentally, 3.69 billion market cap, But what I decided to do was I tried to look at the volume. Okay, so this was my idea. I think, okay, where can I place HEX if I just scrolled through coin market crap and I tried to see where it should fit? Okay, now it's very subjective, and why I want to do that is obviously the topic of velocity. So I have here low velocity is friendship. This is very important. You want low velocity. Most crypto people think they want utility for their coin, but what they don't know is utility means dumping. If I'm a merchant and you pay me in your coin like HEX, well, guess what, man? I've got to report tax and do it all the time. So I am constantly dumping your coin. And you're in the process, you get in the habit of spending your coin. You don't want that. That's why Bitcoin was a miracle. The market decided, hey, let's make this a store of value, low velocity. That's why Bitcoin went up so much. People don't spend it. You don't want it to be spent. You want people to store the value, put it on the shelf. Okay? Low velocity is store of value. It's a attribute of Bitcoin and gold. Surprise, surprise, that's why HEX is the way it is. Okay, gold, 12 trillion market cap, biggest asset. Even after all these years, yes, it's still the biggest. And Bitcoin's growing. Okay, and HEX is trying to do that. So you want people to spend it less. Okay, and people do spend HEX very little. So I think at the bottom of the bear market, man, I was seeing like $4 million of trading volume in the day, very small. Okay, so we have Nomics, another website, to show you. It has like a modified market cap. Okay, the volume today was like 32 million. So by the time you watch this, it doesn't really matter, right? I'm gonna try estimate this number. So I'm happy to take the range of like 10 to 20 million dollars, right? Just a range, and I just want to see, can we try fit this somewhere? And I am doing this with you live. Okay, because we're friends. So if you go to TradingView, just type in HEX and you look at the market cap. Look, it says it peaked at 92 billion. It says the market cap here is 8.2 billion. So the numbers are funky. You're going to have to make some assumptions here. This world's not perfect. This game is not perfect, okay? Everything's a Ponzi and everything's a scam. Money is just a meme. You get it, okay? I can't tell you the formula because I don't know how humans are going to react every single day. I'll just tell you over time that we go up. But I want some conviction. I don't want for HEX to be 70 cents and me to be scared. Okay. Look, if the data says I should be scared, then I'm going to be scared. Okay. We're looking at this today. So we want a smaller number. The lower we can place HEX below its perceived market cap, the better. Because, like, imagine I told you Bitcoin's real market cap is only 50 billion. You'd be like, wow, that's 20x to 1 trillion. It gives you more conviction and reason to hold, okay? So, I have coin market cap. And what I've done is I went through everything. Every single coin, one by one. All right. And what I was doing, I'm going to get my cute little pencil. You see this volume column? It's just a random snapshot of the day, you know. I wanted to see, where would HEX fit in? And there's a lot of coins that were obviously on top. So if I just go to page 1, you can see Bitcoin's doing an insane amount of volume, man. It has a lot of centralized, exchanges volume. 15.5 billion, okay. So I just scrolled all the way down. I scrolled through, and I gave coins a tick if they're around 20 to 30 million dollars of volume. I gave them a tick, and I just tried to see where their market cap was and where we could be, right? So remember at the beginning of this video, around 3.69 billion with a B is the real market cap. So where I'm getting with my conclusion, before we even reach the conclusion, is you and me, we won't know how much of HEX is the never sell category. Richard Hart, maybe he's got big whale friends, maybe, you know what I mean? You don't know that. You'll never know that. You have to guess. You have to believe in the system. Okay? Just like how with Bitcoin, you never really know if Satoshi's family or someone's just going to find the key and just dump everything. You don't know. Okay? So, but what if we could kind of use the volume to reverse engineer it? This is just one idea I have. Try to place it somewhere. And I know already it's going to be less than 3.69 billion. I don't think that circulating market cap is real. And this is like you already removed the origin address, okay? So if we go down, you can give these places little ticks. You scroll down. The beautiful part is, right, so you can kind of get a probability, a range. If we look at some stuff all the way here, there was something like Ton Coin. I think it's Telegram's trash coin. A lot of these trash. So I think these coins are over bloated as well. OK Coin, they're doing like an FTT Ponzi. Honestly, I don't know how this thing actually went up somehow. Somehow this thing went up. So I'm going to assume these guys are over bloated as well. Okay, but if you want to add them to the list, you have a few coins with this 2 billion market cap-ish, 2.5 billion. Okay, but if you keep scrolling down, you get to around the zone that's in about where we should be. Look at this, like Ethereum proof of work's doing about the average that HEX volume, and look, its market cap's only 480 million. Look at Convex, okay? Isn't that amazing? Pax Gold. And if we keep going, man, there's a lot of things we can look at and go, wow. Based on the average volume here and there, we can get some sort of range. And if you try to you just place around the rankings of where these are, you get something like low end. Okay, so we're just going to be, because you never know the truth, right? You never know the truth. Low end equals 400 million. Mid end equals around 700 million to like 900 million market cap. And then high end was still 2.6 billion. Okay, that's the high one. Think about that. And then, so real that people think equals 3.69 billion. Okay, 15% circ with 4.1 cents price. Okay, so this is why I love you that much. You're a friend. You're not a stranger. I'm showing you we can figure out some stuff. Don't let anybody put you down for trying new things and looking at this, because most people aren't actually out to help you, all right? And look, I'm telling you, wow, I found something here. Well, firstly, the obvious one, right? The market cap on TradingView says 8.27 billion, okay? If you do the real market cap, you did like 600 billion times 0.041. Yeah, it'd say 24 billion. Think about that. So people have no idea what they're doing, okay? So I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give you a poopy emoji, okay? 24 billion, that's the poopy emoji. Then we're gonna have to go one step further. So if you do your homework, and there will be a pencil with a note, you're gonna say, okay, the real market cap might be about 3.69 billion, okay? But if you're an actual friend with all four hearts, and you look at it the way I'm looking at it, you get somewhere like 900 million. We do the 9 end, the middle end. Wow, isn't that amazing? So 0.9 billion. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Not even 1 billion. So I tried to match the volume based off what other coins do, you know, assuming you can like weed out their distributions of their treasury and their founders and whatever. So perhaps, you know, what this really tells me, if you look at this now, what I'm implying is Richie, right? Ricardo Hart himself, he owns a lot more HEX than you think. And for some reason, people think this is bearish. I'm like, dude, this is literally the most bullish thing ever. The fact that you can watch a guy stream for 3 hours and keep in contact with him, you just need to watch one thing. Do you know how easy that is? Go talk to the ETH Foundation and all the other coins out there, and go see what it's like if you can manage everybody who's going to sell or thinking of selling. There's so many variables, man. This is why it's amazing. Okay, it's like it's like a torpedo. It's built to pump. Benevolent dictator. Okay? So we're going to put this here. So, the poopy brain, 24 billion market cap. If you do your homework, 3.69. But if you try to estimate it, man, it's 0.9 billion. So remember, I mentioned to you, I want to see a lower number because that tells me we got room to grow. Okay? And we always had room to grow because crypto's going to grow, but you want to feel okay at 70 cents. Okay, like when HEX is 70 cents under that dollar, why I say 70 cents is before we hit this like $1 mark, just like Bitcoin hitting 100K, Ethereum hitting 10K, these are such psychological retail trap around numbers. I want to feel okay. I don't want to feel like, man, am I really stupid for holding? Okay, so I had some targets before, and you know, I do different levels of what I expect. My super conservative one, so I had one, $4.50, okay, $4.50, and I thought, you know what, I'll just divide that by 3, maybe you get $1.50, maybe, right? So, you just got to think, right? Let's say we get to $1, $1 divided by 0.041, about a 24x, okay? So right now, somebody who gets told, you know, HEX might be $1, they're going to think HEX is going to be 600 billion up here. Okay? 600 billion. And what they'll say is, that's too big. I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dingleberry. I'm not going to buy. Okay? So 600 billion. So let's put this here. So HEX at $1 target with the target emoji. 600 billion is going to be the poopy person who hasn't done any homework. Okay? 90 billion is going to be the person who believes he's done his homework, right? Okay. But someone who believes in the friendship, it's only going to be 25 billion, okay? And why I like this is why I'm licking my lips. Can you hear that into the microphone? I'm licking my lips right now because 25 billion is a very achievable number. That's why I think maybe this thing can blow the roof off. I want to be embarrassed. I want people to link back to my videos and go, man, this idiot was talking about $1 and it went to 10. Like, people looking at me like I'm not gig along this with you guys, okay? So, this is what I want to see. So, let's go look at some other coins and what they did, okay? So, you can just have a look at BNB, okay? BNB in the previous bull market, man, it hit like 100 billion, okay? BNB, look up here, hit about 100 billion. You know Cardano as well, hit about 100 billion. Okay, so looking at this, if we can introduce, like, maybe Richie Hart, Ricardo Hart himself, he owns more coins than people actually are led to believe. Maybe this is your edge. You're hearing it from me. Now, I always have to say this, so you're grounded. Maybe someone market dumps and we literally are zero tomorrow. That is possible. However, it's also possible that doesn't happen and we go up higher. So now, we've discovered this together. You're listening to this live. Now, when I see HEX at 70 cents, okay, and it's doing this part, you see this part? See these little red candle parts and then like the shaky part? So this is a week. Let's go to the daily. I want you to live it. You got to live it with me. If you know anything I do, you got to live it, okay? So this part, these parts are scary, man. If you don't believe in the asset, they're scary, okay? If you don't believe, you don't know what's going on. Because you're living it day by day. You're like, oh, is that the top? No, was that the top? Oh my God, was that the top? Look at that. Uh-oh. You always hear, oh, wicks get eaten up in candles. Was that the top? What happens, Oh my God, it was going to stop here? And then that was actually the top, right? But look at that, man. You start having nerves at 4 cents, and it goes another 10x higher. So now we know if we are lucky and blessed enough to get to 70 cents, you're not going to be thinking, oh my God, it's 90 billion anymore. You now look at this, you go, hey, based off volume, based off everything else, people think we're at 90 billion. We're actually only 25 billion. We're less than that. Okay? This is your edge. I'm sharing it with you. It might be wrong. There are people out there who are 100% confident, this or that. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're hunting for something. We're hunting for anything out there that people don't know. Okay? Man, you got to get all the meat off the bone. Because crypto's difficulty is getting up over time, friends. This is your reward over time. It's literally, we're going exponentially lower. Okay? The reward for crypto is going exponentially lower. You're going to be spending more time to get less reward. All right? So anything you can find that gives you an edge, you're going to get it. Now, luckily for you, I've placed it all in some video here for you to have a look at. And you can continue this path. You can think of new things. Just have a think. Maybe they're not all correct, but at least it opens your mind up as to what's possible. Okay? So, now we know, man, if HEX hits $1, right? There's 3 different levels of what people really know what's going on. Okay? And the cool thing is, I've made this video, and I know no one's going to care in about literally 28 months from now. Okay? I know, because for us to get to these prices, the user base has to be up by at least a 5-fold. So, worst case, I'm outnumbered 5 to 1. Realistically, I'm outnumbered 8 to 1, 9 to 1, 10 to 1. Alright? So that's exactly what I'm already prepared for. And that's what you want. That's what you want. When new people come in, it doesn't matter what you tell them. They'll hear what they want to hear. Okay? But don't use this as an excuse to be like, oh, well, infinite. We're just going forever up. Okay? That's not the main point. The main point is, look at all those influencers calling this thing a scam. Do you think they sat here and did this? No. They just gave it a big fat cross. They are the poopy emoji. Alright? That's where you never want to be. They're sending you to the wrong places. And that's why we're friends. I love you all. Next time, friends.